Okay, so in the last video at the very end, I said that I was going to be going over water. This video, there's going to be a slight change of plans. We're going to get into that later, and you'll understand why when we get to that later. I came across a video that I'm actually going to be talking about in this video. It's only 4 minutes long. I suggest you go check it out. The link will be in the description. And just come right back here right after you get done watching it. So let's get into it. All right, and we're back. I absolutely love that video. It goes over so much in just under 4 minutes, or I think it's a few seconds over 4 minutes. One of the first questions that the first speaker asks is, what do you invest in yourself? What are you doing to better yourself, to get you to where you want to be? You see, because where you are right now, point A, to where you want to be, point B, there's a line, there's a dash. And that dash is what matters. Everything you do in between that matters to get you there. It's like your gravestone. You've got your birth date, and then you have the other one. And there's a dash in the middle. And the most important thing on that gravestone is not either of the dates, it's the dash. And so I think it's him or the second speaker. He goes on to talk about people, they just punch out, they just clock out of work, and they just go home. I used to work with a guy who every time he'd clock out, he'd go spend 4 hours at the bar, crash all night, and he actually wouldn't do anything but go to the bar, sleep all day, and then come and work his 8 to 10 hour shift. And this guy would do nothing for himself. I tried to help him, but I'm gonna teach you, and you're gonna learn that you can't help everybody. That's just how it's gonna happen. I mean, you see this in a lot of movies. There's always that one character who wants to bring justice to everything, and there's that one wise old man or that one character that pulls them aside and finally reveals that you cannot help everyone. And a lot of people invest their time in helping a lot of people, and then they don't get anything back, or they're not rising above to what they want to be. And that has to do with abundance, because when you're giving and you're not in abundance, you don't really have that much. It's not until you are in abundance that you have so much of you to give, and that'll go on later videos. But again, in investing time in yourself, that was a big problem with me back in the day. I had to motivate to get myself up. I actually for these YouTube videos, I have to motivate myself to do this. This takes a portion out of my week all the time, and I'm going to invest time into it to help you. Because knowing that I help somebody, honestly, that's gonna do a lot of things for me. And also with this channel, I'm thinking about starting a small business just to give an example of growth, and how it takes time for things to grow. The things that you want to come are not gonna lickety split come like that. It's just not gonna happen. If you want it like that, it can actually. I'm lying to you if I say that it can't happen in the snap of the fingers, which it can. But if you don't give yourself that headspace, that room for that time, it's going to be a very rocky road, I'll tell you that. And a lot of us want a lot of money, and a lot of people don't even know what they do with a lot of money. I mean, if you won the lottery, you'd pay off some debt, or you'd get the car you want, buy the house that you want. But with all the extra money, you really wouldn't know what to do with it. And that's why you see people that win the lottery, they go broke really, really quickly, actually. They just plummet. And that's all with the mindset of money, which I'm going to teach you the mindset to keep a steady income. And with a steady income, you need a steady outcome too. It has to flow. Simple as that. And with spending our time, in the video, one of the speakers talks about, the difference between someone who procrastinates and somebody that, is actually doing his purpose and, getting the most out of himself in life and really, really in happiness. both of those people have the same amount of time every day. They both have 24 hours. I have 24 hours a day. You have 24 hours a day. Your neighbor, everyone you see, everyone you meet, we all have the same time. We may all die at another time, but every day we have a choice to bring ourselves up to where we want to be. Like, what happened to those days when you were a kid, when you would just pop up awake and you were just ready to face the day? What happened? I mean, a lot of us, life happened, honestly, and that put us down. And you see people in their late 30s and they're working at fast food restaurants because they never got this lesson beforehand. And that's what I'm going to help y'all with as well. Now, with spending your time on investing in yourself, just watching these videos alone, you're investing in yourself, because this is a self channel. This is like one of the guys said, this is a life class. There's something to be learned here. And the one thing that we all have in common is we have our life. So, bring it up. Learn something new. Create a new hobby. I'm constantly not even recycling, because I still use the things that I've learned. I was doing electronic music, actually, which in the intros, that is one of my songs. I did that for about 5 years. I just kind of got out of it recently. My income is just bam, it keeps coming. And that's just one of the things that, it was my hobby, and I love making music, and I'm not quitting making music. You should never quit with things. But when wanting to make a lot of money, there's some things that you're going to love that you're going to have to put aside for a little bit, because with money comes time, and time is way more valuable than money. If you're on my Facebook channel, I posted a quote that, you can get time. I mean, you can get money back, but you can never, get time back. This second's gone, last second gone, last second gone. And I've already wasted 5 seconds of the video just doing that example. So how do we start spending our time more wisely? Well, investing in yourself, you'll start to learn, what you need to do to get you where you want to be. You'll start learning your own purpose, because a lot of us don't spend time with ourselves. We focus on the external, almost like, we're just shut off. Like when you're watching a movie in the theaters and you're in trance, and the screen is just like goggles to the eyes, and it isn't until somebody coughs in the audience, and then, you're like, oh crap, I'm still in a movie theater. You're like, I'm in a movie theater. And a lot of us live life that way, like almost riding the passenger seat to our physical body. Because you are a spirit, whether you believe in religion, whether you believe in nature, whether you're an atheist, there is some source of energy and power within you that is keeping you alive. A lot of that has to do with the subconscious mind. As I said, I'll go over that, because the subconscious mind is also what keeps your heart just constantly pumping. And if you want to research into it, I highly advise you do your own research. Researching is, something that you like, is really also investing in yourself, learning anything about yourself. And a little trick to helping you, spend your time more wisely. What I did for a while was every 12 hours, you don't have to be on the dot, but let's say if I woke up at 7 a.m. one day, and you got your 12 and 6s, that's your 12 hours, or your 6 hours apart. You got every 12 hours, think about, what did I do in the last 12 hours that brought me somewhere better, or that helped me fill myself to where I need to be, helped me gain an income. How did I make money in the past 12 hours? And if you're thinking of this being in a time where you're asleep, a lot of millionaires make a lot of money in their sleep. So, sleeping really is an excuse. That's a great way to make money. It's fun. I haven't made too much money in my sleep. The things that I do are more of a interaction and engagement with, people. But, sleeping and making money is always great. Who wouldn't want it? If you want to even get a little more into it, do it every 6 hours. I found that helped a lot more than 12, but doing 12 is a great start. So every 6 hours, think, what did I do for myself in the past 6 hours? How did I make myself money in the past 6 hours? And for the first week, you're gonna say nothing, or you're not gonna know. It's like writing a dream journal. You wake up every morning, even if you didn't dream, you're supposed to write, I didn't remember my dreams. And the more you do this, your mind will fill that in for you. Your mind is full of, you think the internet's got everything? It's all in your mind, son. Oh my God, let me tell you about it. So when you're doing this every 6 hours, every 12 hours, however long you want to do it, the first 2 weeks, you're going to be like, I did nothing for myself, or, maybe I did this. Even if it's just, eating healthier, like, hey, instead of eating a bag of bugles, I ate some salad and some fruit, and I feel fucking great. That's good. And as the weeks go on, you'll fill up these 6 hours, and it'll get to the point where you'll get a journal and you'll write everything you did good for yourself. And it'll get to the point where you don't even need to think about it because you're just constantly filling in those 6 hours. You're getting the most out of yourself, out of your body. That dash on the gravestone will be filled. Now, the video is getting kind of long. I want to keep them about 10 minutes. That's what I'm thriving to do. So, if you like my video, give me a subscribe. Let me know I'm getting someone out there. I will for you all to prosper. And have a great day, and I'll see you next time.